Today I need to meal prep eggs. And I like to do mine in the Instapot because they peel so easy. I hate when I go to make deviled eggs and the shell gets stuck to the whites and you get choppy eggs. I'm OCD. I want a perfect deviled egg, and the only way I found to cook that is in the Instapot. So let's get prepping some eggs. Okay, I got a 6-quart Instapot, and I happen to have an egg setting right here. But if you don't worry, you can use the manual. Okay, and I'll tell you the manual directions. It's the same. So let me show you how to get started. So we got the rack in the bottom. Our pot is clean. We're going to take that little measuring cup that the Instapot comes with and put a half cup of water in here. If you don't have it, just put a half a cup of water in there. Right into the bottom there. Just a half a cup. And then because I got brown eggs, right? And I have hard water, even though that came out of my fridge, it leaves like white stuff on my eggs, just like it would have done the mason jar. So I'm going to put half a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in there just to help with the white stuff. And then I'm going to put the eggs in here. Try to not let them touch the sides of the Instapot or each other. Get 7 or 8 in here, that'll be enough. And that way my husband has some raw eggs to cook up. See, that's 6 or 7. One in the middle, it's 8. So for a 6-quart Instapot, I get 8 eggs. I'm not going to put more because I don't want to overcrowd it. I want to try to keep my shells from cracking. You know, if there is tiny little cracks in these shells, they're going to come out cracked no matter what I do. So I'm just trying to minimize the cracking. I'm making sure they aren't touching the sides of the Instapot or anything. And then I'm going to put my lid on and give it a close. I have it closed and I have the top on sealing. Make sure you put it on sealing before you start. I'm going to hit egg and it automatically goes to the 5 minutes, and that's what we want to do. If you don't have the egg, I'm going to hit cancel. I'm going to hit manual and I'll put it up to 5 minutes. That's it. That's all you have to do. Okay, it's no difference. I haven't noticed the difference. Sometimes I forget about the egg setting. I just use the manual. So I'm going to hit egg, and then we're going to let it do its thing, start to cook. There we go. That means it's going for it. And we'll be back when it's done and we're ready to vent this thing. Okay, I forgot to mention why the Instapot is going. I'm going to take my bin out of my fridge of ice. My ice maker. And whoop, that's loud. Pour ice in the bowl. And that way we shock our eggs when they come out to ensure that peel is going to peel right off the egg. Like I said, OCD. So I'm going to put it in there. I'm not going to put water yet. I'm going to let that start to melt down. That way it's really cold. And then before we put the eggs in, we'll put water in here. All right. The eggs are done. I'm going to let this count down until it says 1. So we're going to let it release naturally for 1 minute, and then we're going to vent it. Okay, that is released naturally for 1 minute. I just poured water in my ice. I have me some tongs. So now we are going to vent the Instapot. Mine goes left or right to vent. And I'm going to do it with a towel because I don't want to burn myself, and I don't want all the steam going everywhere. Especially if you're under a cabinet, do this. See that? It always makes me jump. And then put a towel over it. If I was under a counter, I would do this, okay? But I'm not. So I'm just letting it come down. See, we're at 2 minutes now. That's how you get overcooked eggs. Move quick. We gotta wait for this lock button back here to drop. Right there, and see, it just dropped. It just dropped. So we're good. So, eggs are done. Now we're gonna, and the lock has dropped. I don't hear any sound. I don't feel any steam coming out. So I'm gonna turn it. And then we're going to lift that off. Voila, there's our eggs. Careful, always lift away from you. Sorry if the camera got all stained. Always lift away from you. So I'm going to come in here with some long tongs so I don't burn my hand. And take these eggs and put it in the ice water here. Looky here. I did everything right and I still have a cracked egg. Well, now, trust me, it's cracked. And that's because it went in there with a hairline crack. Because all these other ones are not cracked. Nothing I did. Alright, so we're going to let those cool down. And I'll peel one for you. And show you how quick and simple it is. Boil your eggs this way. Or pressure cook them. If you do it in a pot, it's always a pain. Okay, let me show you. See that white stuff on my eggs? Even that little bit of vinegar didn't help. It's inevitable. Oh well. We're not eating the shell, so who cares, right? So I'm going to crack one for you and show you how easy it is. I just go around the whole shell like this. And then I hit the top. And I hit the bottom. And I give it a roll. Probably don't have to do all this cooking it this way, but that's what I do. And then I find that membrane, give it a peel. Look at this. It's not taking chunks of my white away. It is perfect. I wouldn't even have to rinse this to eat it. All the shell is gone besides what's on my fingers. And babe, will you hand me a knife? Let me cut this open for you. Okay. There's a big old butcher knife for a little egg. So look how perfect this egg is cooked. You see this? It's perfectly cooked egg. There's no green edges. When you get the green edges around your yolks, that means your yolk is overcooked. Okay? Perfect 5-minute egg. With release time and taking them out of the pot, total 6 minutes. Focus. There we go. Look at that. I'm going to eat those. And if you want a soft boiled egg, go less time. I mean, these eggs are perfect. Why would you do it in a regular pot? Only if you didn't have an Instapot or a pressure cooker of this sort in your arsenal. And you can do it in a pot. When I do mine in a pot, I start with cold water and I cook those eggs for 18 minutes. And it's perfect eggs. So when the water starts to boil, I shut off the heat. I put it on the lid for 12 minutes. So it's total six minutes to come to a boil, 12 minutes to sit, and then I shock them in cold water, and they're good. But I do wind up having chunky egg whites. And like I said, I'm OCD, and I want perfect deviled eggs when I make it. I'll still eat them, but I'd be disappointed. I don't know about y'all, but yeah, I'm serious about my eggs. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. You get some use out of it. If you don't have an Instapot and you have it in your funds, ask your husband or your mom or your grandma for that for your birthday or Christmas. It is valuable. I make a lot of stuff in the Instapot, and it is quick, easy, and simple. Like bone broth. Bone broth is perfect in the Instapot. And I will be showing you that. So, all right, happy eating. Live keto strong and have your keto best day. Like, subscribe, share, hit that bell.